Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome you all to my channel. So, I really wanted to talk about all these things before and I still want to talk about it. So, recently, you have all seen the trifold from Samsung. Yeah, the trifold. That thing with three part, and yeah, it can fold technically two times, I guess. However, this thing is a heck of a device, and this type of device nowadays don't exist that much. It's a new concept from Samsung. However, I still wanted to talk about it because this thing has that kind of feel that we used to get, and I guess you also used to get. However, we used to get before from other devices from various other companies. One of the devices that I want to show you is this thing. This is my Note 3. Yeah, it does not work. But yeah, this thing holds a great value for me because this thing took this thing blew my mind. I don't know what to say about it. This thing was a heck of a device at that time, and those devices were something like none of us have seen before. However, I love those devices, and those type of nostalgic device doesn't exist anymore. If you see phones nowadays, they are practically a slab of glass and metal, nothing else. They have a full display. It's practically a glass in front, and they have a protective glass in the back, nothing else. A glass cover and a glass display and a metal body in between, sandwiched. That's pretty crazy. And the concept is pretty nice if you look at it and if you like hold it and have a physical interaction with it. However, that's crazy. And nowadays AI is also taking over the phones. Yeah, the phones nowadays have a lot of AI. The foldable phones are also pretty nice, but they're still novelty, and I don't normally suggest anyone to buy these because if you break one of these and they easily break and you have to pay a lot of money to fix it. So yeah, they're still novelty, but they're cool. Yeah, they're cool. I like them. However, the thing that I want to say is the phones that were before, like the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 or various other phones from Samsung. I also have another one. This thing. See how cool this is? This tiny little thing. I used to play Clash of Clans on this. I loved this device. And yeah, I did get it out of the box. I also did maybe a cyanogen mod on this, and it ran pretty well, except for now because it lost a lot of its glory and now it only boot loops. However, there is a device from Xiaomi, the Xiaomi Mi 3, and yeah, it's a device from that time. Though having a full glass board, a full glass panel in front and a plastic body, this thing still is a pretty good phone, even for 2025. I mean, everything basically runs smooth on this, though it has a broken display, but yeah, this thing works. Let me show you. See, it works. And I could also use the upper half of the display, and I can't use the bottom half because it's cracked in the middle. This thing actually has two parts, the LCD panel and the touch panel. I mean the finger sensitive panel, I guess. I don't know what else people calls it. There you go. This is it. And this thing is also a pretty nice phone. And these are the type of devices that holds a great value in my heart. And I really would love to see devices like this, but nowadays with the current specs of devices and how much people wants from these devices, they are getting more and more like tools. Yeah, you could say tools, because nowadays if you look at devices, they are totally tools. You could basically do anything on them except for playing PC games, I guess. That's a thing. However, you could also run codes on these devices, which are normally meant for PCs or laptops. However, the point I want to make is I love the old devices a lot, and yeah, you could say I'm a pretty old person in that perspective. But I do want to see those type of devices come back and make a re-entry. See this thing is a great piece of device to me, though it does not work. I used to play Clash of Clans on this and various other games, but suddenly it stopped working, and I'm definitely gonna fix it. Not now, maybe later, but yeah. Yeah, so I really want the companies to bring back those old nostalgic devices and give us that type of a feel that you used to get with those old devices that you don't get with these newer, more more premium type of devices that are out in the market. See, most of the devices out in the market is basically the same, with glass front and glass back and metal in between. It's like a glass and metal sandwich. Almost all the devices are like this. There are no variations, there are no differentiations, nothing. They almost look the same, and I really don't like it. Before, we were able to identify devices looking at their front and their back. Nowadays, all the devices look the same, and I really hate that part. I really want that thing to come back where we could look at the device and notice it at that moment, and we could identify the devices, what are they and what is their name. I really wanted to do that again. So yeah, I basically want those old devices back. And that's all. With the new phones launching next year, I really want a category to be there where you get those old nostalgic vibes from the devices that were present before, like at around 2015, 16, 17, or maybe before. That's all, folks. Peace.